Recently purchased a ChGeek wireless car charger for our vehicle, which is a Buick Enclave. We're going to be testing it out here, and I'm going to see exactly where it fits. Now, we do actually have a wireless charging pad that sits here. The problem is my wife and I will typically ride in this vehicle together, so it's nice to just have an extra one. Also, if your phone's down here, it's harder to see, so if you got a phone down here and you're trying to do things on it, you can use CarPlay, of course, but I do prefer to have an actual mount. So we're going to be trying out this mount here from ChGeek. This is everything that's going to come inside the package. So you're going to have the mount itself, which is designed to be plugged in with a regular charger, like a quick charger. So they do say that they want you to use a QC 3.0 car charger for the fast charging mode. What I'm going to actually be doing, I'm just going to be plugging it in right into here. I actually have a built-in charger here on the Enclave, so I'm just going to be plugging it in there. Now, it does also come with a suction cup that you can use. I'm going to be testing it out, trying that in a few different locations, see if there's any place here on the dash that will work at. I don't really want to mount it up here. This actually is more like a leather on here than the plastic that's on that black part back there. So I'm going to be trying that out. If not, it does also have a vent clip mount as well. So let's go ahead and try this one first. Now, for the suction cup to work, you do have to have a big enough location and also for it to be flat. So I tried it here first, and the issue is this isn't actually sucking in just because of the way this is and the different materials that are here. So I tried it locating it here, and unfortunately that's not going to work. It would have the same issue here and also on here, just not a big enough space. Now I could obviously put it here, but then that's going to block where your wireless charging goes at. So unfortunately, unless I can figure it out, I don't really want to put it up there. I just feel like that's going to be kind of ugly, probably damage the material as well, since this is like a leather type material. So I don't really want to end up damaging that. So I'll probably end up just putting it here on this vent. Since there's not really any important buttons on this side, that won't be that big of a deal. It just kind of sits right here on the vent. The only issue is of course, it's going to block some of the air that comes out of the vent. So I went ahead and started up the car just so I can show you how this is going to work. So I did go ahead and have to put it onto the vent just because there's no flat place. And just because of the size of this suction cup, you're really going to have to either have a flat place here on the dash where you're comfortable with mounting it, or have something relatively large that's going to be flat to mount it on here. Because the way the suction cup works is you actually are going to start it like that, and then you can kind of see it kind of sucks in right in the middle, and so that's what allows it to stick. This is also going to be a little bit of a stickiness on this section, so this would work amazingly if you have something that's flat. Unfortunately, here on this Buick Enclave, I don't have any place that's flat besides way up there, because again, I don't want to put it on there. So I could put it way up there, but that's going to then block up vision and that sort of thing. So I ended up just putting it right here. It's not going to block, this is going to be my wipers. It's not going to block the wipers too terribly badly. It is going to be a little bit there, but obviously I could turn it to the side or something. I could even like angle it down. Now it is kind of closing there, and I want to show you that. So to open and close this, you're quite literally just going to push this button. What it's going to do is it's going to extend the bottom and extend the sides to hold your phone in place, and then when it is on the mount, it should close automatically, I believe. Let me grab another phone to double check. I'm going to grab my wife's phone, and I'm just going to kind of put it on here so you can see exactly what that's going to look like and work like. So it's just going to quite simply close all on its own, and then you can see that it is charging. And I'm currently at 90%. So that easily fits right onto there. Now the camera, you're supposed to put higher up so that way it makes good contact. And as you can see, that actually pushed it up. So the cameras on my iPhone are sitting right behind it and working as it should. So definitely a great option for your charger. My only nitpicky thing, I suppose, would be, it would be kind of nice if this was a little bit smaller. So that way it could fit in places like right here. I'd love to mount it like right here, or even in some places down here, and it won't fit because of how large this suction cup is. And maybe they have to have it that size just for it to actually suction down enough. Maybe smaller it wouldn't, but it would be nice if it was like a smaller square that would kind of fit here rather than having to mount it on the vent. But certainly not the end of the world, and this will work great for charging our phones while we are inside of the vehicle while still being able to access them as well.